Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex Day trade setups for today. So we still have this overhead resistance here. We also have the trend line, the weekly trend line from basically early last year. See, there was the beginning of this trend line, and been runaway traffic since then. But if you look at where we are at the moment, lots of overhead resistance here. Just put this weekly level in. You can see this zone that we're talking about. If I swing to the left, you can see there's a lot going on here. So right now it's trend up on the 8 hour, but I'm a little bit skeptical of jumping in here. I'd want to see a pullback. We haven't really got a decent pullback onto structure. Yesterday, you can see again, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And big up, big down before getting going during the during the US session. So that was no structure for me to buy off. What I'd be looking for at the moment, it's going to bring this level up, is a buying opportunity still. But we're looking firstly at this area here at 105.443, and then secondly here at 105.322. So you're looking for opportunities here, looking for trade off the price action, so pin bars, inside bars, engulfing bars on those levels, and I would be targeting sort of the 106.100 or 106.130 area. 106 dead, well, yeah, 10600 would probably be also a half decent bet to focus on. But while these oscillators are like this, don't want to be jumping in here. I want the oscillators easing off, and I want us back onto structure. And that's the only thing that's going to get me looking for a trade to the upside. There is no short here. And the last thing is just pay attention to this trend line that has formed, because you could pull back down here, and that would line up to the third level, which is roughly down in this space here at 105.142. So decent pullback, bit of structure, good opportunity to look again for a move up, and just be wary of this level that we're at the moment. You can see that's the inside tail there. That would also offer resistance. So yeah, pullback, make sure everything's eased off, look for the price action, and then you're looking for a move to the upside. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. Nothing really going on here at all. There are sellers still coming in from yesterday. You can see it all here. We did reject a level day before yesterday, but we haven't really done anything. You can see day before yesterday dropped below the moving average, then above the moving averages, now back below the moving averages. I want to see a crossover here. So if we do that, that's kind of the area, the first area I'd be paying attention to. And then what I do want to see here is sort of that. There's our head and shoulders we spoke about yesterday. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So we're looking for the structure here, and I think there's only two areas to pay attention to. One is right here where we are, 136.315, but I want to see price come down, come back up and test that, or I want to see us come back up to this 136.594 area before looking for a short here. So if we do start getting above these tails from yesterday, then all bets are off. We'll sit and wait for that to do something. But at the moment, I think that is pretty much what is going on. Bear in mind, you've got a gap to the downside, which is going to be a magnet as 135.852. So pin bar, and then not much of structure, just off the 155, but you've got a pin bar, follow through bar here, already in after hours. So very possible that this just continues without testing anything. But we only want to be short off a retest of structure. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. This is still a sit on hands. We're still in the sideways range of sorts. We are slightly above the moving averages here, but you know, there's really nothing to write home about here. One thing we did get here is a pin bar, and it's not quite off any structure. Well, I rephrase that. It is off structure, but a very weak bit of structure. There it is there. And not sure. You see there's a couple of tails there, quite a bit there. And came back to test that. Not something that I would have picked up yesterday. Anyway, so we did get a pin bar off that and moved the upside. We kind of are being capped by this little zone that we have to the upside here. Now, there is, I'm just going to get onto a 3-hour here. There is merit for thinking of a inverse head and shoulders here. So shoulder, and or sort of a double head, and then sort of a double right shoulder here. So this area that we're sort of testing is something that we need to be breaking above before looking for longs right now. So there is one other scenario here, and that is, I'm going to make this chart really messy. I think that's going to be the safest bet. So could also be a flat top triangle that is forming. So what you want to do is look for the structure to the left. The only bit of structure we do have to start with is 166.827. Would offer a buying opportunity. Alternatively, down onto this trend line at 166.500, and then you're looking for an opportunity to buy. So you'd want to see price action off one of those levels before looking to buy. Personally, I think leave us alone. Wait for this structure to the upside to break, because it's a much bigger head and shoulders pattern if it does get going, and if you should see a break and a pullback onto support somewhere in this zone, which would give you the opportunity to trade the upside. So I'm sitting on hands on that right now. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and pretty much a similar picture here. You can see, let's get this trend line in here. So that is a triangle, no two ways about that. A break above it, retest, you should be seeing a move to the upside. We are below the moving averages, oscillators grouping to the upside. So you could also see this as a wedge. So two ways of seeing it. Wedge plays into being below the moving averages and the oscillators. Flat top triangle is just a breakout from structure. So it is unclear. It's 50-50 there on the 8th hour, and if you do this on the 1 hour, you kind of get a complete different picture here. So still flirting with the moving averages here. There's nothing really going on here. You'd want to see the moving averages pointing up or pointing down, not lying flat like this. Oscillators also not giving us any indication of anything. So I'm a clear sit on hands here, not even bothering to look for structure on this chart. Anyway, that's it for me on Forex. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you Monday morning. Cheers for now.